now. As your eyes land on these words, your signal is aligning. Most people miss this moment because the world trained them to equate silence with failure. But through Thoth's Hermetic lens, the silence before change isn't absence, it's aperture. The ancients called it the void, a neutral field where the old pattern has released and the new one is not yet named. Modern language would call it superposition, multiple outcomes alive at once. Your job isn't to panic and force a choice. Your job is to hold the field until the right timeline coheres. Here's the pivot that separates winners from almost winners. In the void, the mind scrambles to measure, is it working? Did I lose it? Should I push harder? And every measurement becomes a tiny tap on the glass. In physics, excessive measurement causes decoherence. In practice, constant checking collapses fragile possibility back into habit. The 97% interpret the plateau as proof nothing's happening and start binging inputs, new strategies, new opinions, new noise. The 3% treat the plateau like a temple. They simplify, breathe, widen attention, and refuse to audit the miracle while it's forming. Thoth's map is brutally simple. State precedes sight. If your state is scattered, you'll read the void as threat. If your state is coherent, you'll recognize it as the loading screen of a breakthrough. Coherence isn't hype, it's quiet agreement among breath, attention, emotion, and story. Breathe slower than usual. Caption the moment with a single line. I'm willing to see. Let your nervous system feel safe enough to carry a bigger pattern. That's not passivity, that's capacity. What if the delay you hate is the womb of the result you prayed for? What if your stuck is just unmeasured growth, roots deepening where no one claps? The void looks empty because you're trained to worship surface speed. Winners honor underneath. They know the field rearranges before the facts announce it. If you're ready to stop flinching at the quiet and start using it, subscribe and tap the bell now. Then stay with me to the end. I'm going to show you the 3 signs you're in the real void, not avoidance. The no-check window that protects fragile timelines. And a 9-minute void stabilization protocol you can run tonight. Drop this in the comments and be honest. Are you truly in the void before your breakthrough, or are you hiding in procrastination? What's the one check you'll stop for 24 hours? Consider this a field guide. The void and avoidance can feel similar on the surface, quiet, less motion, fewer posts, but they produce opposite patterns underneath. Read these 3 tells and check your life like a map. Tell 1, neutral brightness versus heavy numbness. The real void is emotionally neutral bright, not hyped, not depressed. Clear air after rain. Your breath lengthens by itself, shoulders drop without permission, sleep begins to mend. You notice space in the day that doesn't demand to be filled. Avoidance, by contrast, is heavy numb, stale scrolling, sugar loops, tight jaw, shallow chest. You wake foggy and call it rest, but your nervous system never actually lands. Quick check. Does silence feel relieving or accusatory? Relief equals sign void. Accusation equals sign avoidance. Tell 2, subtraction. Instinct versus novelty hunger. In the void, you feel pulled to reduce. 1 light, 1 task, 1 honest conversation, 1 clean room. You archive notifications, cancel a meeting, finish a small, ugly thing you've been dodging. Clarity grows where you remove noise. Avoidance craves newness. New playlist, new tweak, new course, new hack. You improve the vibe every 10 minutes. Translation: you're exiting the altar through the gift shop. The field answers subtraction, not spectacle. Tell 3, converging signals versus chasing omens. In the void, signs converge without you herding them. 2 unrelated people echo the same sentence. A practical option appears inside your constraints. 1 pathway keeps reintroducing itself when you're not looking at it. Avoidance hunts omens. You scan clocks for meaning, YouTube for gurus, threads for permission. The more you look, the less lands. Remember the rule. If it's real, it repeats. If it's yours, it corresponds with the next actionable inch. 2 micro tests to confirm. The 1 door test. Write the 3 most viable options. Close 2 on purpose for 72 hours. Notice your body. In the void, calm increases when you remove noise. Attention gathers around the remaining door. In avoidance, panic spikes and you run back to options as comfort food. The silence integrity test. Hold a 12-hour window with 0 status updates about your process. No progress selfies, no thinking aloud posts. In the void, energy accumulates in the quiet and appears as a small, brave action you can't not take. In avoidance, energy leaks and you search for an audience to replace momentum. If these tells read like your last 48 hours, you're not falling behind, you're loading. Don't touch the glass. In the next section, we'll install the discipline that protects fragile timelines. A no-check window you can actually keep, and a void stabilization protocol that turns neutrality into lift. Here's the discipline that keeps fragile timelines from collapsing. Stop measuring the miracle while it's forming. The void is a greenhouse. Every "did it work yet?" is a cold draft. We install 2 windows, micro and macro, and we actually keep them. Micro window, in moment, 12 minutes of non-interference. The moment you sense the void, neutral, quiet, no obvious next. Start a 12-minute countdown. From now until the chime, no status tests. Don't refresh, reread, rewatch, re-ask. No vibe upgrades. No new playlist, candle, coffee, call. No posture gymnastics. Sit, stand, or walk, but pick one and stay. Anchor phrase. Whisper once. I'm willing to see. I won't touch the glass. If urgency spikes, use pause. Posture upright. Attention wide. Include room edges. Unhook with a long exhale. Sip water. Eyes soft open. Then return to stillness. The point isn't to feel something. The point is to let superposition organize without your commentary. Macro window. After the signal, 24-48 hours of no checking. When a direction lands, call, send, build, rest. Take the smallest irreversible step. Then seal a 24-48 H window with 3 vows. No stalking outcomes. No peeking at stats, replies, sales, likes. No second-guess roundtables. Don't crowdsource clarity you already received. No compensation clutter. Resist busy work that pretends to be momentum. Replace checking with capacity moves. Breath, in 4, out 6, 8. 1 honest chore finished. 20-minute walk without audio. The field answers room, not noise. The if-then ladder. Urge-proofing the window. If the itch to check hits, then stand up, place both feet flat, and take 1 physiological sigh, 2 short inhales, 1 long exhale. If your mind starts bargaining just once, then write a 5-word tag about the urge, craving reassurance right now, and set a 5-minute timer to do a tangible task, dishes, desk, draft. Urges ride waves. Your ladder carries you past the crest. Receipts, or it didn't happen. Open a tiny void ledger, notes app or journal. For each cycle, log, window set, 12M, 24, 48, H signal taken, sent proposal, rested, deleted draft, checks avoided. 0, 1, 2, be honest. Result after window. Concrete reality, only 7 entries, and you'll see it. Fewer taps, stronger outcomes, not magic, mechanism. Hold these 2 windows for 1 week. Next, we turn neutrality into lift with a 9-minute void stabilization protocol. Breath, caption, posture, and a micro action that invites the breakthrough to land on schedule. This is not meditation for vibes. It's timeline handling. 9 deliberate minutes that keep superposition intact long enough for the right outcome to cohere. No incense required. No new playlist mid-flow. Direction beats decoration. Minute 1, enter and name. Sit or stand where you won't fidget. 1 warm, dim light. Whisper once, I'm willing to see, I won't touch the glass. Start a 12-minute micro no-check timer. Yes, even though the protocol is 9, you're giving the field extra room. Minute 2, coherence breath. In 4, out 6, 8 through the nose. Let the exhale lengthen on its own. Shoulders drop without you making them. This is the body saying, capacity available. Minute 3, panoramic attention. Soften the eyes, half-lidded or closed. Include ceiling, floor, walls, air. Hear the farthest sound. Label any thought caption and return to sensing. Panoramic attention dethrones the narrator. Minute 4, heart caption, hand on chest. Replace the fixing story with a willing story. I allow the right timeline to organize without my checking. Not affirmation, instruction to the nervous system. Minute 5, subtraction scan. Ask, what can I remove right now? Not add, remove. 1 notification off, 1 tab closed, 1 tension let go. Jaw, belly, tongue. The void answers subtraction. Minute 6, ask once. Inwardly, show me the next honest inch. No repetition. Repeating becomes rumination. Rumination is DMN fuel. Keep attention wide. If legally using any aid, it's a micro amount that leaves you articulate. Minute 7, receive and tag. When a word, image, or body sense arrives, don't pounce. Write a 5-word tag only. Send the 2-line email. Cancel the meeting hold. Walk before replies. If nothing comes, neutrality is still organizing you. Stay. Minute 8, micro-action anchor. Do the smallest irreversible move that honors the tag now if possible. Draft the 2 lines, put it on the calendar, place shoes by the door. Momentum loves edges, give it 1. Minute 9, seal and schedule. 1 slow exhale. Speak once. As within, so without, so next. Schedule a 24-48H macro, no check window, no peeking at stats, replies, outcomes. Replace checking with a 15-minute walk or 1 honest chore. Log the cycle in a void ledger. Window set, signal taken, checks avoided, result. How you know it took. Time dilates, the urge to tweak drops, and a simple action feels heavier with meaning than its size suggests. That's coherence, not fireworks, gravity. If turbulence spikes, stand. Place both feet flat, 1 physiological sigh, 2 short inhales, 1 long exhale. Sip water. Return to panoramic attention. You didn't lose it, you just recontained it. Hold this nightly for 3 runs. Next, we'll build the void flight plan, spotting false lifts, avoiding busy work weather, and stacking micro wins without collapsing the field. Not every rise is a lift. Some are just dopamine drafts wearing pilot wings. In the void, you need instruments, not instincts. Here's how to read the panel and climb without stalling. False lifts, feel high, go nowhere. Praise, refresh. You ship 1 line, then spiral into inbox stat checks. That's validation altitude. Looks tall, collapses fast. Brainstorm loops, whiteboards bloom. Calendars don't move. Ideas multiply when action fears heat. Vibe upgrades. New playlist, candle, coffee, camera angle every 10 minutes. That's turbulence dressed as taste. Busy habitat. Cleaning your desk instead of sending the email. Order is good. Order is delay, is drag. Spot the fake with 3 tests. Repeatability. Could you do this again tomorrow without luck or audience? If no, it's a spike, not a climb. Transfer. Does it move the needle outside the ritual? Money, time, trust, delivery. No transfer equals sign theater. Silence. Proof. Can it survive a 24H no-check window? If you must peak to feel okay, it's not load-bearing. Busy work weather. Wind without wings. Meetings to align what a 2-line email would ship. Research after the decision already landed. Tool hopping, new app, new action. Learning as a lifestyle. Courses stack, output shrinks. Fly by instruments, 4 dials only. Breath in 4, out 6, 8. Green when the exhale lengthens itself. Attention, panoramic or pinhole on purpose, not twitch. Emotion, neutral. Warm beats, hype. Hype burns fuel. Story, from Prove Me. I'm willing to see. Stacking real micro wins. ASCENT you can verify. Run the 1x3 cadence. 1 micro act, 3 days in a row. 0 checks until the window closes. Day A, the smallest irreversible inch. 2-line email, calendar block, prototype stub. Day B, 1 inch that touches another human. Ask, deliver, clarify. Day C, 1 inch that removes drag. Cancel, delete, automate. Log each in the void ledger. Window set, signal taken, checks avoided, result, rating 03. If 20s appear, lower noise, earlier hour, simpler sound, darker room, cleaner question. If 23s appear, stabilize, same time, same seat, same sequence for a week. Wind shear alerts, expect and counter, comparison crosswind. Seeing someone else's win tempts you to scrap your plan. Counter with the 1-door test. Close 2 options for 72H and watch calm rise. Permission hunt. You seek a guru to bless what your ledger already proved. Counter with the silence integrity test. 12 hours, no status posting. Act anyway. Over-optimization stall. You tweak the container instead of adding weight. Counter with micro-action anchor. 1 irreversible inch now. You're learning to treat neutrality like runway, not purgatory. Next up, turbulence protocol. What to do when the field suddenly feels noisy, your plan gets interrupted, or fear spikes mid-ascent without collapsing the timeline you just built. Breakthroughs don't fail in silence, they fail in noise spikes. A text detonates, a meeting derails, fear sprints up your ribs. Old you checks 10 times, adds 3 inputs, and collapses the field. New you runs turbulence protocol, a 3-step loop you can execute anywhere. Recontain, rechoose, resume. 1. Recontain, 2-minute runway reset. You don't negotiate with panic. You shrink the cockpit so the pilot can reappear. Posture, plant both feet flat, sit or stand tall. Breath, 1 physiological sigh, 2 short inhales through the nose, 1 slow exhale through the mouth. Then in 4, out 6, 8. Attention, go panoramic, include floor, walls, ceiling, air. Narrator volume drops when the field widens. Label, whisper once, caption. That 1 word tells your brain, this is commentary, not command. Anchor. Touch a surface, name 3 textures without adjectives, glass, fabric, wood. Sensation outruns story. Goal, restore capacity in under 120 seconds. No apps, no playlists, no speeches. 2. Rechoose, single line authority. Turbulence tempts you to replan your life. Don't. You rechoose your 1 sentence. Caption, shift. I'm willing to see. I won't touch the glass. Pearl check. What was today's smallest irreversible inch? Name it in 5 words. Send draft. Decline invite. 20-min walk. 1-door lock. Close alternatives for 72 hours if choice anxiety spikes. Calm is a sign of the right door, not the prize at the end. 3. Resume. Micro action without audit. Act tiny. Now. Put weight on the schedule. Send the 2 lines. Place the call. Block the 20 minutes. Seal a micro, no check. 12 minutes, no refreshing, no vibe upgrades, no posture gymnastics. If the itch to check hits, stand, sigh, sip, sit. Ledger, write it down. Window set, signal taken, checks avoided. Result, proof ends arguments, interruptions. Playbook, choose and deploy. Unexpected email that spikes fear. Recontain, 2 minutes. Reply with 1 clarifying question or set a time-bound promise. I'll revert by 4 p.m. Macro no check. Derailing meeting. Pause. Breathe. Summarize in one sentence. Propose one next step with a timestamp. Meetings end when next exists. Night churn. Lights down, hand on heart. 3 slow breaths. Read one line aloud. As within, so without. Set asleep, no check till morning. Your ledger gets the report. Do not change playlists mid-spike. Crowdsource clarity you already received, or stack productive busy work to prove you're okay. Do subtract input. Protect windows. Move 1 inch. Turbulence isn't a verdict, it's a capacity test. Pass it, and the field keeps organizing. Next, Part 7. Signs of real lift. How to recognize true ascent. Compound micro wins, and keep altitude without burning the engine. Not every surge is success. Real lift is quieter than hype and heavier than mood. Here's how you know the timeline is actually rising and how to keep altitude without burning the engine. Marker 1. Gravity shifts, drag drops. Tasks that felt sandpaper slow now glide at modest effort. You stop bracing before work. Your shoulders stay low by default. Emails answer themselves because your previous clean asks are still echoing. You're not pumped, you're pulled. That pull is lift. Marker 2. Repetition without forcing. The same instruction returns across contexts, morning, midday, evening, without you hunting omens. One phrase keeps visiting. Ship the 2 lines, take the walk before replies, and it lands with density, not drama. That's correspondence achieving pattern. Marker 3. Simplicity comes back. When timelines really cohere, you feel like removing even more. 1 light, 1 plan, 1 honest conversation. You're allergic to unnecessary flourish. Decoration stops seducing you because direction is enough. Run 3 verification tests. 1. Transfer test. Did yesterday's inch change something outside the ritual? Time saved, decision made, delivery sent. If yes, altitude is real. 2. Silence. Proof. Can today's plan survive a 24-hour macro no-check window without reassurance hits? If yes, the field is carrying weight. 3. Repeatability. Can you run the same inch tomorrow with 80–90% of today's ease? If yes, you're in a climb, not a spike. Climb cadence. Compound without collapse. Use 1-1-1-3-7. 1 inch today. Repeat the same inch for 3 consecutive days. Then log impact after 7. If your void ledger shows 2 ratings of 3 back-to-back, stabilize instead of escalating. Same hour, same seat, same sequence for 1 week. Pattern loves consistency more than intensity. Altitude alarms, stall risks, broadcast urge, the itch to announce progress mid-window. Remedy, write the update, don't send it. Ship the inch, then share. Tool temptation, new app, new metric. Remedy, freeze tools for 7 days, only replace with subtraction. Expansion without capacity, saying yes to a bigger room before breath and boundaries can hold it. Remedy, return to coherence, breath plus authority sentence, 12 words or fewer, before any yes. Fuel mix, energy budgeting, imagine 100 units day. Spend 60 on the inch that moves a real needle. 25 on drag removal, cancel, automate, delete. 10 on capacity, breath, walk, stillness, and leave 5 unassigned margins. Keep planes from clipping mountains. How it feels when it's real. Time dilates, tweaking urges fade, and tiny acts pick up consequences far larger than their size. That's lift. Guard it with windows, feed it with repetition, and refuse to decorate what is already flying. Next we close the void vow and 7-day ascent plan, a compact scaffold to lock gains, prevent relapse into checking, and land the breakthrough on schedule. You've learned to spot the void, protect it, and move 1 irreversible inch without collapsing the field. Now we lock altitude. This is a compact scaffold you can live for 7 days, simple enough to keep, strong enough to bend outcomes. Day 1. Choose one door. Run the one-door test. Write 3 viable aims. Close 2 for 72. H. Start a fresh void ledger page. Set your micro 12-minute and macro 24-48 H no-check windows. Baseline your state, breath, attention, emotion, story. Day 2, subtract to rise. Remove 1 recurring input, notification app, chat. Freeze tools for a week. Same hour, same seat, same sound. Simplicity is thrust. Day 3, seed and send. Execute the smallest irreversible inch that touches another human. 2-line ask, delivery, clarity. Seal a macro, no check. Replace checking with a 15-minute walk and 1 honest chore. Ledger, window, signal, checks avoided, result. Day 4, capacity and crown. Turbulence protocol once. Recontain, rechoose, resume. Write 1 authority sentence, or 12 words, and enforce a boundary that stops drag. No late-night replies. Meetings only with agenda. Capacity before content. Day 5. Transfer and repeat. Run the transfer test. Did yesterday's inch move a needle outside the ritual? Time saved, decision made, delivery shipped. If yes, repeat the same inch. Start 1-1-3 cadence. If no, lower noise, earlier hour, darker room, cleaner question, and try again. Day 6, 2 or 3. Do 1 triad with trusted allies, speaker/witness/anchor. No fixing, only mirroring. Each leaves with 1 micro-act and a shared 24H no-check. Log outcomes tomorrow. Proof beats pep talks. Day 7. Audit and Sabbath. Read the ledger. Circle patterns. What repeats without forcing. Rate signals. 0, 3. 2 3s. Stabilize the exact routine for another week. 2 zeros. Subtract more. Shrink the ask. Close with gratitude on foot. Let the engine cool. Rest is trust. Standing rules. Carry all week. 1 sentence law. Intention once. Repetition =sign rumination. 3 adjustment. Rule, light, sound, posture. Max 3 tweaks total. No vibe upgrades mid-flow. Silence. Integrity. Act first. Describe later. Windows, or it didn't happen. Ledger, or it didn't happen. The void vow. Say it out loud. I choose capacity over panic, subtraction over spectacle, inches over fantasies. I won't touch the glass. My breath sets the room, my attention widens the field. As within, so without, so next. I move 1 irreversible inch today, and I do not check. Walk this for 7 days. Watch neutrality turn to lift, lift to pattern, pattern to proof. If this resonated, you know the next gate. Sleep. In the next episode, we map the pre-sleep void and the sentence that sets tomorrow's timeline.